you should. Why don't you step off camera? We'll pretend like it's 6 feet.
I've kept my circles very small. Oh, good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Heather Armstrong. I'm glad to be a part of this wonderful concert tonight. We know that you're all probably feeling a little bit isolated, a little bit concerned about the future. Maybe you've been impacted by this COVID-19 pandemic. But we're here to tell you tonight that this concert is about unity. It's about uplifting spirits. It's about standing together, the human race collectively, with every stroke, with every chord. We want you to think of compassion, dignity, and grace. We're going to start this interview off. Where we are right now is the web. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
First of all, you've been the executive director for 3 years. When you started off, I bet you never imagined that you'd be dealing with a pandemic.
Absolutely not. This was the last thing that had ever come through my mind of what we might be dealing with 3 years down the road from when I took over.
So many different businesses have been impacted. Obviously, you're a nonprofit, but you're a thriving performing arts center. And you said that you were the first to close, and you'll probably be the last to open.
You know, entertainment venues and theaters all across the world were some of the first to close, almost within 24 hours of notice of things happening. And as we navigate our way through this, it's looking like we may be some of the last to open. So this is, it's been something that we've been trying to deal with and, work our way through. I think there's a lot of companies all over the world we're all in the same boat, and we're just trying to navigate our way through it and figure it out as we go.
So let's first talk about how this will impact someone who wants to come to the theater now that things have changed, if in fact you do get to open, what will the experience be like? I know you were worried about that.
Yeah, so right now we don't exactly have a date as to when we know we can reopen. We're basing a lot of our plans off of the Badger Plan, the La Crosse County Health Department, all of that. So we are going to open when it's safe and when we feel like the audience will want to come and be in our venue. We offer escapism to people, and we don't want your last memory of coming here being socially distant, wearing masks, hand sanitizing, all of that. We want you to be able to come out away from your daily job and all of that, and to be able to enjoy yourself, enjoy your friends and family, enjoy the entertainment. That's kind of what we're looking for.
What has been the feedback from the community and their questions about when you're going to open?
I think just a lot of the questions are based on timing. It's a lot of the people were wondering, when our restaurant's going to open, when our bar's going to open. There's just a lot of uncertainty out there, and we're still navigating our way through this, and we are coming up with the best plan that we can. And we still don't know what that looks like because we're taking it kind of one day at a time. But I can see us reopening at sometime in the near future.
I speak to you as a patron of the arts, but performers are affected. They're not working. And dozens of people who work behind the scenes. What is the status of those people right now?
Yes, so performers, musicians, artists of all sorts are all they're all out of work and are trying to figure out their way through this. Not only the Weber Center, but there are many other arts organizations in La Crosse that are experiencing the same thing. So, I would say that for people in the community to look at those arts organizations, and if you are a patron of those, please give and help support them so that they can make their way through this, and at the end are able to reopen and provide you with all the wonderful things that we have in the community.
And this is my final question, just for right now. How does it feel to have a performance going on in the Weber Center tonight?
This has been, this all came together pretty quickly, and it has felt great to get back to work, do what we do best, create art, create music, and all of that. So it's been amazing. I just being able to put all this together has been great. So it's kind of lighting a fire that hasn't been there for a while for me. So I appreciate it, and I appreciate the remainders, everyone involved. This is a great opportunity. I hope everyone in the community really enjoys himself tonight.
Absolutely. I'm glad you were able to get out of the house and put this together tonight. Thank you. Up next, we're going to speak with Dana Erickson. Speaking of people who work behind the A lot of people don't even know who you are because you work behind the scenes. For 20 years, you've been doing that. So tell us a little bit about your business.
That's correct. My name, as you said, is Dana Erickson. I'm the owner of Interstate Sound, and we've been in the La Crosse market now for almost 20 years. You identified that a lot of people haven't heard of us, and that is because many of our events, our team is working behind the scenes, as we're doing today. I'm dressed in all black, and usually we blend into the backdrop, and we're supposed to be out of sight and out of mind.
Well, your job is promoting these artists. La Crosse has a lot of talent. I know you've worked with it before. But your concerns right now are the artists, but it's also your staff. Don't you have about 25 people that work for you? What's the status of that right now?
That's correct. So in February of this year, we had 23 employees before the pandemic shut down, and many of those people, both full-time and part-time technicians, we've had to furlough and lay off. And those people are part of the gig economy that we're hearing about today, and so they're out of work.
You don't get to advertise, as you said, because you prop up the artists. You work behind the scenes. What can we do to help you and people in your line of work get back out there, especially when there's no venues right now?
Correct. Yes. So the next 9 to 12 months looks pretty bleak for us. So I don't know that we have the answer today as I stand here. Like Dylan said, we're waiting for authorities to make decisions about how to reopen and things like that. I know that one of the individuals that works for me, her name's Roxanne Adamson, she recently put together a COVID-19 action plan working with local health officials, and that the document that she created has actually been shared all over the nation, actually worldwide. There's people overseas now that have this document, and it's really it's aimed at educating people what they can do as they're preparing to open, with taking into account social distancing and things like that.
You know, doing research on Interstate Sound, I did not know that a lot of these musicians do not own their own equipment.
Right.
So just explain that. I think that's interesting.
Correct. Yeah, it's a common misconception that when you go see a major concert that the band owns the sound and light systems, and in fact that is not almost never the case. There's a few exceptions to that rule, but promoters and people that put on events contract with companies like mine to provide those systems. So we're happy to be in La Crosse, and we travel actually nationwide doing different shows for promoters. I know a couple of local ones you might recognize would be Riverfest here in La Crosse, and Ashley for the Arts would be another one of the programs that we provide stages and sound and light systems for.
Also events that have been canceled. So we are happy to have you here tonight. We want to say thank you for being here, and thank you for helping out with this COVID-19 uplifting concert. We are going to ask you to step off, and we are going to get ready to welcome the one, the only, the Remainders. Woo!
Tonight's a night we'll make history, as sure as dogs can fly. And I'll take any risk to tie back the hands of time and stay with you here tonight. Take your seats and don't be late. We need your spirits high to turn on these theater lights and brighten the darkest night. Here at the let's stick together and neutralize our attitudes. I ain't willing to
We've just got a few people in the theater. Everybody is social distancing appropriately. The most important thing is you out there in your living rooms watching this show. We are the Remainders from La Crosse, Wisconsin. That's Ed Overholt over there. That's Steve Duff back there. This is Johnny Nielsen on the guitar. And Josh Shively is on the drums. Our sax player is Greg Belfany. I'm Andy Temte. We're here for love, hope, and peace, and that's what we're all about right here tonight. Let's go. Chiquitas in Overhouse, waiting for the band to return from the show. Feeling good, feeling right, it's Saturday night. The hotel detective, he was out of sight. These fine ladies, they had plans. They was out to meet the boys in the band. They said, come on dudes, let's get on. And we proceeded to tear that whole town down. We're an American band. We're an American band. We're coming to your town. We'll help you party down. We're an American band. We're an American He was a hard-headed man. He was brutally handsome. She was terminally pretty. He held her up and she held him for ransom in the heart of a cold, cold city. He had a nasty reputation as a cruel dude. Said he was ruthless, said he was cruel. They had one thing in common, they were good in bed. She said, faster, faster, the lights are turning red. Life in the fast lane surely makes you lose your mind. Life in the fast lane. Eager for action, hot for the game, the calming attraction, the drop of a name. They knew all the right people, they took all the right pills, they threw outrageous parties, they paid heavenly bills. There were lines on the mirror, lines on her face. She pretended not to notice they were caught up in a race. Out in the evening, till it was light, she was too tired to make it. He was too tired to fight about it. Life in the fast lane surely make you lose your mind. Life in the fast lane. Life in the fast lane. Everything. Life in the fast lane. Stop sign, took a turn for the worst. He said, listen baby, you can hear the engine rain. We've been up and down this highway, haven't seen a goddamn thing. He said, oh doctor, I think I'm gonna crash. The doctor says he's coming, but you gotta pay him cash. We've been up and down that freeway, messed around and got lost. They didn't care, they were just dying to get off, and it was life in the fast lane. Surely make you lose your mind. Life in the fast lane. Life in the fast lane. Everything. Life in the fast lane. Life in the fast lane. Life in the fast lane. reaches and say, there's Miss Perkins again. When you're talking about the China Road, whoa, China Road. Every day there's a new thing coming, waves of the Oriental view. The sheriff and his buddy with a samurai sword. You can even hear the music at night. Yeah, it's a part of the Lone Star stage. People don't seem to care. They just keep looking to the east. When you're talking about the China Road, whoa, China Road. We'll be right back.
During these uncertain times, the Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater La Crosse wishes our facility doors could be open for connecting with mentors, feeling safe, making healthy choices, being with friends, and being a kid. During this time, the Boys and Girls Club of Greater La Crosse are still here for kids. Our staff are delivering 400 evening meals on a daily basis directly to kids' homes and are able to connect with members, see how everything is going, and just to say, hey, we are here for you. We are here to celebrate special times and life events and be able to see how kids are doing and if they have any basic needs that we can help with. Staff are able to connect with kids through virtual programming, to have some fun, and have mental health check-ins through our Cyber Club and live Zoom. We are here for kids.
Now more than ever, kids need our support. During these challenging times, our team is determined to meet all of today's needs and prepare ourselves for tomorrow. It breaks my heart when I hear stories of neglect, kids in unsafe environments, basic needs like food, hygiene, and a feeling of love not being met. We have a lot of work to do and we need your help. Please consider a gift to support our mission. Whether it's $25, $100, $1,000 or more, every gift makes a huge difference. We are still here for kids. Please join us.
We're back, everyone, and as you know, COVID-19 has impacted so many people in the community, kids, families, an organization in our community doing amazing work right now that hasn't stopped during the pandemic is the Boys and Girls Club. Joining us now, Jake Erickson.
Thank you, Heather.
Work never stops when it comes to kids. I know a lot of your staff even bring their work home with them, you included, which means your caring for kids in the community never stops.
Yeah, I mean, it's whatever it takes, and whatever it takes to be here for kids. And so when you're working with kids and you're working with the community, sometimes it's 24/7. When the need is there, we really pride ourselves on the club of being there for all kids.
I'm amazed sometimes how people don't know exactly what the Boys and Girls Club is. So instead of talking about what you've done during COVID-19, on a typical day, what were things like before?
Yeah, we have 7 Boys and Girls Clubs in the area, soon to be 8 with a new club in Holman, and we serve up to 1,000 kids a day. in lots of different programs, our academic programs, our athletic programs, our character leadership programs. Kids are walking in and out of our Boys and Girls Clubs, you know, hundreds of kids on a daily basis, really looking for a place to connecting with role models, a safe place to be. And it's been really difficult the last 3 months not having kids in our building, but we've done everything possible to take our services remotely, get out to kids' homes in the neighborhoods, and continue to provide the basic support that a lot of kids in our community need.
You know, there are people who aren't familiar with the club and they think, oh, kids just get to go there after school, maybe play basketball. There's a lot more. You feed members of the community.
Yeah, we do. We feed a meal every night of the week. And when our shutdown started, we wanted to continue. So I'm really happy to say that in the last 12 weeks, we've delivered 20,000 meals directly to kids' homes with the support of a lot of area people, a lot of area businesses. We've had over 20 local restaurants involved with helping provide these meals. So our community just continues to amaze us, and everything they're doing for families, especially those who need us most, has been absolutely tremendous. And we're going to continue it when our doors open on the 15th of June.
So many people can't believe that there are 1,000 kids being served. And there are families that are affected by each and every one of those kids. How do you make an impact on the community by each child you help?
Well, every child has a story, and every child has a need, and we really pride ourselves in looking at that child and figure out what their need is. And, you know, I'm really proud, too, that we serve so many teens in our facilities, kids that are really struggling, that if our doors aren't open, especially during those after-school hours of 3 to 6, we're open all the way up till 8 or 9 o'clock, and during our summer hours, who knows what some of these teens would be doing out in the community. So the really neat thing with our club is there's computer labs, there's music rooms, there's art rooms, there's gymnasiums. There's lots of opportunities for kids to connect with adult role models, people coming in, volunteering, teaching guitar lessons. We're in this beautiful facility. Hopefully someday Boys and Girls Club members will be at the Weber Center performing on this stage.
You are taking teens and turning them into outstanding adults in our community. So what do you want the public to do right now while they're watching? What can they do to help?
Well, we need support. It's been really tough for us during this shutdown. We've not been able to have our special events that we've had with raising money to make sure our services continue at the club. So every gift matters, whether it's $25, $50, $100 or more. Every small gift matters. Whatever your passion is in this community, if everyone gave a little bit, and a lot of people are giving, but if everyone gave a little bit, we're going to be in really good shape in our community.
We sure are. Thank you, Jake. And we're going to
you,
get back to our concert in a second, and we want to remind you that this concert is about uplifting spirits, building back up our community and those affected by the pandemic. So we are going to get back to it, our second set of music. We're going to continue rocking out for good with the remainders. Here we go.
Lame, I have you seen my mates? Now tell me when the boys get here. It's 7 o'clock and I wanna rock, wanna get a belly full of beer. My man's a drunken like a barrel full of monkeys and my old head. In the braces and boots, a handful of grease in her hair. Saturday night's alright for fighting. Get a little action here. Get a body's oil, there's a diesel train. Gonna set the stage alight. Well, Saturday night's the night I like it. Saturday night's alright, alright, alright. Looking for a dolly to see me right. I could use a little muscle to get what I need. I could sing a little drink and shout out, she's a hey, a couple of the songs that I really like. product of a working class, whose best friend floats in the bottom of a glass. Getting on your aggravation and hiding with your discipline. Well, Saturday night's alright for fighting. Get a little action in. Get about as oil, there's a diesel train. Gonna set the stands alight. Saturday night's alright for fighting. Saturday night's alright. Alright, alright. Feeling under your aggravation, we had it with your discipline. Saturday night's alright for fighting. Get a little action in. Get about as oil, there's a diesel train. Gonna set the stands alight. Well, Saturday night's the night I like it. Saturday night's alright. Alright, alright. Saturday, 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 Saturday,
wants to kick you around some. Who knows, maybe you're kidnapped, tied up, taken away, and held for ransom. Listen, it don't make a difference to me, baby. Everybody's at the fight to be free, so you don't have to live like a refugee. No, baby, don't have to live like a refugee. No, baby, don't have to live like a refugee. No, baby, don't have to live like a refugee. Yeah, thank you so much. And thank you at home for tuning in and watching. Now, one thing that I know about the internet and where you are right now is that you have connection to the entire world. You can invite your entire network, send them the link to this event. We've still got 2 more sets of music after this, a few more interviews, a lot of celebration to do. So make sure that you invite all your friends. We got a lot going on. You ready, Senor Duff? Traditions I can trace against the child in your face won't escape my attention. You keep your distance with a system of touch and gentle persuasion. I'm lost in admiration. Could I need you this much? Oh, you're wasting my time, and you're just wasting time. Something happens that I'm head over heels. I never find out.
and thought of your future. And lost in admiration, could I need you this much? Now, 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 have you no ambition? My mother and my brother used to breathe in clean air, and dreaming I'm a doctor. It's hard to be a man when there's a gun in your hand. Oh, I feel so. Something happens and I'm head over heels. I never find out till I'm head over heels. Something happens and I'm head over heels. Oh, don't take my heart, don't break my heart, don't throw it away. This is my four-leaf clover. I'm on the line, one open mind. This is my four-leaf clover. Na 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 time flies. Floor now, baby, you're a bird of paradise. Cherry ice cream smile, I suppose that's very nice. Well, a step to your left and a flick to the right, you catch the mirror way out west. You know you're something special and it looks like you're the best. Her name is Rio and she dances on the side, just like that river twisting through a dusty land. And when she shines, she really shows you all she can. Oh, Rio, Rio, dance across the Rio Grande. On the beach, and I've seen you on TV. 2 of a billion stars, it means so much to me, like a birthday or a pretty view. But then I'm sure that you know it's just for you. Her name is The moment arrives, you make me feel alive, alive, alive. I'll take my chance, 'cause luck is on my side. It's something, I know what you're thinking. I'll tell you something, I know what you're thinking. Her name is Rio and she dances on the sand, just like that river twisting through a dusty land. And when she shines, she really shows you all she can. Rio, Rio dancer, across the Rio Grande. Her name is Rio, she doesn't need to understand. And I might find her if I'm looking like I can. Oh, Rio, Rio, hear them shout across the land. From mountains in the north down to the Rio Grande.
The Weber Center. As you know, this concert is to raise awareness about COVID-19 and its effect on families, mostly to unite and build up our community. Someone joining us right now, they call him Dr. Kenny. He was known for his cancer research at Gundersen Health Center, but now he's switched over on his own to study COVID-19, and he joins us right now to tell us more about that research. Dr. Kenny, welcome.
Thanks a lot, Heather, and thank you and the Remainders for everything you're doing to raise awareness about COVID-19 and to unite our folks in our community and bring us together at this challenging time.
Well, thank you for the research you're doing. First of all, tell us what you were doing at the Cancer Research Center.
Sure, so I'm the director of the Kabara Cancer Research Institute at Gundersen, and we've had a big focus for the last several years now on building programs in personalized oncology. So we do genome sequencing of patient tumors to figure out what makes these tumors different. We find mutations in patients' cancers that allow us to match them to some of the latest drugs that are coming out of clinical trials. And in so doing, we can try to treat patients for the cancer that they actually have rather than the average cancer that the average patient tends to have. So once COVID-19 was about to break over our entire ecosystem here, we decided we would shift gears. We would redeploy some of the skills and technology we developed for cancer to put it to focus to work on the front lines of the COVID-19 pandemic.
And can you tell us what have you learned and what have you found that maybe could instill some hope in us tonight?
So, let me start by giving a big shout out to Dr. Steve Callister and his colleagues at the Gundersen Microbiology Research Lab. So they have done tremendous work over the last 3 months testing individuals in our community. They've done more than 5,000 tests so far. So what we've been doing in the cancer lab is we take the positive cases that come out from Dr. Callister's lab, and we're doing whole genome sequencing on the virus. And that basically means we read the instruction manual for every single one of these viruses. It's a long message, about 29,000 or so letters long. But when we can analyze the virus in such fine detail in individuals, we can see subtle differences between all of these viruses, and that allows us to track where they're going, who they've infected, which clusters of individuals in our community might be sharing the same virus, and we think that this information can be potentially very useful to understand patterns of viral spread, both here locally in the La Crosse region and the entire Gundersen Health Service region, but also across the globe. And we're working now with investigators all over the world who've sequenced, at this point, more than 37,000 independent viral substrains from various individuals across the world to try to understand and get a handle on this problem before it gets any worse.
Gundersen is at the forefront of trying to find accurate and quick results, right, in the testing.
That's right.
Where are we in that?
So we really are at the forefront in this area. Gundersen was the 15th institution in the United States to bring on genome testing for this virus. It's something that's really even still slow to catch on in many places. So we really are at the cutting edge in that area. And the test that Gundersen has for simply deciding whether an individual is positive or negative is probably one of the best tests that's available anywhere in the country.
You obviously love what you do. And I have to ask you, just because we hear your accent, where are you from and how long have you been doing research at Gundersen?
I'm from Tipperary, a small place right in the middle of Ireland, a small town surrounded by cows and green fields. In many ways, it's pretty similar to Wisconsin, but not so many mosquitoes.
How did we get so lucky to get you here?
So, I've been at Gundersen since 2015. I was, really taken. They were looking for a director of the oncology research labs. I came for a visit, and I was so amazed by the resources that they have here in terms of support for cancer research, the willingness of our physician colleagues to work in cancer research, and the amazing, amazing generosity of so many people in our community. Breast cancer, when I'm not doing my recent COVID hobby, is really my life's focus, and I've been doing breast cancer research for the last 20 years. Gundersen does a tremendous job with the Stepping Out in Pink, for example, that I'm sure everybody at home knows about.
Absolutely.
And that makes amazing awareness for breast cancer and also key support for research in our community. So I think, it's really emblematic of the fact that people in our region have supported science and scientific research in good times, and now that some bad times have come, the scientific research and the researchers that have been supported in the past are here with cutting-edge skills to try to help out as best we can.
Thank you for your time, Dr. Kenny, and thank you for your research and helping us get to the bottom of this COVID-19 thing. And you are living proof that Gundersen is on the map worldwide. We have someone as far as Ireland coming over here using his resources to help us get to the bottom of this and do a lot of other great things at the hospital. So we're going to turn it back over to the remainders. We are live at the Weber Center. If you're watching, share the link with your friends and help us uplift the community. All right, we're going back to the remainders for another set of some great music. We are rocking out for a good cause.
Thank you, everyone, for being here tonight. This next song is one that you can sing along with me at home. It's a Supertramp song that's the theme of the whole evening. Ooh, yeah. All right. Now, here we go. Na-na, whoa, na-na, hey, hey. Give a little bit of your love to me. I'll give a little bit of my love to you. Now's the time that we need to share, so send a smile and show you care. Give a little bit of your life for me. I'll give a little bit of my time for you. See the man with And I'd like to welcome to the stage Miss Julie Duff. All right, Julie, you know what to do.
She got out of town on a railway, New York bound. Took all except my name. Another alien on Broadway. Some things in this world you just can't change. Some things you don't see until it's too late. Baby, 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 when all your love is gone, who will save me from all I'm up against out in this world? And maybe, maybe, maybe you'll find something that's enough to keep you if the bright lights don't receive you. Just turn yourself around and come on home. I got a hole in me now. I got a sky I can talk about. She keeps a picture of me. Some things in this world, man, they don't make sense. Some things you don't need until they leave you. They're the things that you miss. I said, baby, 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 when all your love is gone, who will save me from all I'm up against out in this world? Baby, 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 you'll find something that's enough to keep you. But if the bright lights don't receive you, turn yourself around and come on. Let that city take you away. Let that city take you down. Let that city take you down, yeah. For God's sakes, turn around. Save me from all I'm up against out in this world. Baby, maybe, maybe you'll find something that's enough to keep you. But if the bright lights don't receive you, Nobody on the road, nobody on the beach. I feel it in the air, the summer's out of reach. Empty lake, empty street, the sun goes down alone. Driving by your house, no, no, you're not home. I can see you, your brown skin shining in the sun. You got the hair slicked back in those sunglasses on, baby. I could tell you my love for you might still be strong after the boys of summer have never forget those nights. I wonder if it was a dream. Remember how you made me crazy. Remember how I made you scream. I don't understand what happened to our love. But babe, I'm gonna get you back. Gonna show you what I'm made of. I can see you. Your blood skin shining in the sun. You got the top pulled down and radio on, baby. I can tell you my love for you might still be strong after the boys of summer go. On the road today, I saw a deadhead sticker on a Cadillac. A little voice inside my head said, don't look back, you can never look back. I thought I knew what love was, but did I know? Those days are gone forever, I should have just let them go. But I can see you, your brown skin shining in the sun. I see you walking real slow and smiling at everyone. I can tell you my love for you might still be strong after the boys of summer go.
Thank you. This next song is Calling All Angels by Train. And right now, we need a lot of angels in our lives. There's some pretty tough things going on out there. A lot of inequity, racism. We need diversity. We need love. We need to be together as a community, as a human race. So sing this one with me, and let's call for the angels.
I need a sign to let me know you're here. All of these lines are being crossed over the atmosphere. I need to know that things are gonna look up, 'cause I feel us drowning in a sea spilled from cold. There ain't no place safe, no safe place to put my head, when you can feel the world shake from the words that I said. Calling all angels. Calling all you angels. I won't give up if you don't give up. I won't give up if you don't give up. I won't give up if you don't give up. I won't give up if you don't give up. I need a sign to let me know you're here, 'cause my TV set just keeps it on from being clear. Well, I want a reason for the way things have to be. Well, I need a head to help build up some kind of hope inside of me. Calling all angels. Calling all you angels. Children have to play inside so they don't disappear, while private eyes solve marriage lies 'cause we don't talk for years. And football teams are kissing queens and losing sight of having dreams in a world where what we want is only what we want until it's ours. And calling all angels.
Looking out for a good cause, live from the Weber Center. We are highlighting all the great organizations in our community that are struggling a little bit right now because of the pandemic. Joining me right now is Shelley Fortner from the Hunger Task Force. Thanks for joining us today. You had been struggling for a while with getting food into the food bank, and then the pandemic hit, and you guys actually came out on the other end good.
Right. We were in a little bit of panic mode because we thought, we are the food bank, the only free and local food bank in La Crosse. We take care of the La Crosse area, serving 118 different programs, and we knew we had to step up and we had to be ready to make sure that those programs were supported.
So the difference between a food bank and a food pantry, that puts a lot of weight on your shoulders.
Right. I mean, we're a collection hub. We take large donations. We have a huge warehouse and lots of freezer and cooler space. And so we're able to hold donations for agencies, food pantries, meal sites, youth programs until they can use it.
And distribution has changed. So explain to us now how you guys are working around it.
Right. Well, we're typically used to, kind of staying in our own area, but we are part of the Hunger Relief Federation of the state of Wisconsin. And so that federation has been really instrumental in recovering things like the milk from the dairies and the farmers to families food boxes. We're the hub for La Crosse area in distributing those through this federation. So we're getting the food in. We want to make sure that we're getting it to people and programs. And so our role has changed just a little bit. So we are, having the food. We have it ready. We're ready and willing and able to make sure that we're able to support those programs when they're up and running. And, we're really glad to have the Boys and Girls Club coming back. They're a big program of ours, and just to be able to provide food to the kids is, one of the reasons we're in business.
So many of us have heard about farmers having to dump their milk, but you have received lots of donations from farmers. Tell us about that.
Right. Well, with the Hunger Relief Federation of Wisconsin and the government money, the billions of dollars that have been put into helping farmers keep producing, and then on the other side of that is being able to distribute the food to people in need. That is our role in the distribution. So we are getting the food in by the semi-load, and so our role is changing a little bit because we are now having drive-up food distributions where people can just drive up, social distancing. We're giving food to folks in the car, and we're serving families that way now.
Didn't you work with the county on doing a drive-up food drive, and you really came out great on the other end, but are you afraid that when all of this, when we get back to what we might call our new normal, that those donations will dwindle?
Well, and we did really well. We had Food Drive Fridays. This was a program that went for 7 weeks, cooperation with La Crosse County and all the Rotary Clubs and iFeed. And that food drive just yielded more than we could ever have imagined. 68,000 pounds we received from that food drive, and our best food drive is about 30,000. So this is double, and we're very grateful, and that means that we have the reserves to hopefully make it through the fall.
Tonight is about being positive and looking forward and instilling hope. However, we do have to remember the ripple effect of this is still going to affect local families and people all over the world. You need meat. Tell us about that, and how can people get that to you?
Absolutely. One of the things that doesn't get donated in a food drive, obviously, is perishable items. But our warehouse is willing and open to take donations of meat items because those protein kinds of things are what the pantries and meal sites are needing the most.
And finally, there is a stereotype as to who this person is that needs food, but it's almost so many people in our community now who are struggling. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Right. Anymore, it's folks like you and me. It's folks who used to have a two-wage earning household. Maybe somebody's furloughed. Maybe somebody's laid off because of this pandemic. And things are going to be, people are going to be struggling for a few months now. Just recently we learned that there's been a 13% increase in the number of people who are eligible for food share, which is food stamps. That equates to about 87,000 people in the state of Wisconsin. And that number may rise just, as people are starting to figure out what their finances are. Are they able to last a few months? So the folks that we're serving are changing.
All right, Shelley, thank you so much for your time. And we are glad that the food bank shelves are overflowing right now. Thank you for your time. We are going to send it back over to the remainders. We're rocking out for a good cause.
This is our last set of the evening, people. We're going to rock it all the way home. Ready, guys? Did you see any action? Did you make any friends? Would you like some affection before I leave again? I've been walking behind you since you've been able to see. There's never been any reason for you to think about me. Did you have any bad dreams? Did you break any glass? Would you be my companion? Well, is there even a chance? You've been talking in circles since I've been able to cry. There's never been any reason for never telling me why. Yeah, yeah. Save my life, I'm going down for the last time. Woman with a sweet love is better than a white line. Break a good feeling ain't had in such a long time. Save my life, I'm going down for the last time. Have you ever been lonely? Do you have any fun? Do you ever think of me? I'm just another one, yeah. You never give me no answers. You never tell me the truth. There's never been any reason for me to think about you. There's never been any reason. There's never been any reason. There's never been any reason. Yeah. Save my life, I'm going down for the last time. Woman with a sweet love is better than a white line. But don't you know she could bring a good feeling ain't had in such a long time. Save my life, I'm going down for the last time. Save my life, I'm going down for the last time. Save my life, I'm going down for the last time.
vacation, 'cause this one is alright. I sat around laughing and watched the last one die. Now I'm looking to the sky to save me, looking for a sign of life, looking for something to help me burn all bright. Now I'm looking for a complication, looking 'cause I'm tired of trying. Make my way back home and I want to fly. I think I'm done nursing the patients. You can win one night. I'll give it all away if you give me one last try. We live happily ever trapped if you just save my life. Run and tell the angels that everything's alright. Now I'm looking to the sky to save me, looking for a sign of life, looking for something to help me burn all bright. Now I'm looking for a complication, looking 'cause I'm tired of trying. Make my way back home and I want to fly. Make my way back home and I want to fly. With me I can't quite make it alone. Trying to make this life my own. With me I can't quite make it alone. Trying to make this life my own now. Looking to the sky to save me, looking for a sign of life, looking for something to help me burn out bright. Now I'm looking for a complication, looking 'cause I'm tired of trying. Make my way back home and I want to. Looking to the sky to save me, looking for a sign of life, looking for something to help me burn all bright. Now I'm looking for a complication, looking 'cause I'm tired of trying. Make my way back home and I want to fly. Make my way back home and I want to fly. Make my way back home and I want to.
This is our favorite rock and roll song.
Well, I said it before, I say it again. You get nothing for nothing. Expect it when you're backseat driving and your hands ain't on the wheel. Now it's easy to go along with yours to do as you might. The road is open wide to place your bid in. And wherever you turn and wherever you go, if you get it wrong, at least you can know there's miles and miles to put it back together. Heading out to the highway, I got nothing to lose at all. Gonna do it my way, take a chance before I fall. The chance before I fall. On the highway, on the This curve, taking the strain on the decline or out on the wane. Oh, everybody breaks down sooner or later. We're pointed to rights, we square up and bend, back on your feet to take the next spin. Weather every storm that's coming at ya. See it. I'm heading out to the highway. I got nothing to lose at all. Gonna do it my way. Take the chance before I fall. Now I'm heading out to the highway. I got nothing to lose at all. I got nothing to lose at This is our last song of the evening. We'll say a few words before we go, but this goes to Neil Peart of Rush. God rest his soul, passed away last year. Thank you for all you did, Getty, Neil, and Alex. I get up at 7, yeah, and I go to work at 9. I got no time for living, yeah, I'm working all the time. It seems to me I can live my life a lot better than I think I am. I guess that's why they call me the working man. Well, they call me the working man. I guess that's what I am. Well, I get home at 5 o'clock and I take myself out a nice cold beer. I always seem to be wondering why there's nothing going down here. It seems to me I can live my life a lot better than I think I am. I guess that's why
We are the Remainders. Come on down, guys.
We want to thank everybody for watching tonight. We want to thank the Remainders live from the Weber Center.
You stay over there. You're doing great. This is Heather Armstrong, everybody. She did a wonderful job as our MC. Thank you, TV19, for borrowing her to us and
Thank you,
all the great
Andy.
work that you do in the community, Heather.
Thank you for me being a part of it, and we want to ask for those donations, everyone who's watching tonight. There is no too small of a donation to help us out in the organizations and the community. Thank you for letting me be a part of it.
Absolutely. And the production crew, Interstate Sound, the Weber Center, Dylan, Overhouse Productions, thank you so much, everybody. Good night. Thank you, guys. Steve Duff, Ed Overholt. That's Greg Belfany. That's Josh Shively. That's Johnny Nielsen. And that's Heather Armstrong. And I'm Andy Temte. Thank you very much. Good night.